Ask Reddit, what never fails to piss you off? No situational awareness, job, home, shopping, driving. Think for 1 minute and go about. Observe. My mum is one of those people who leave the shopping cart in the middle of the damn aisle and proceed to walk 20 feet away. After correcting her a million times to no effect, I just walk the fuck away now so people don't know I'm with her. This drives me crazy. Thank you for doing your best to correct. This busy parking deck. 10 cars deep in a line behind me, very much in a hurry to park and get to work. I think I'll take my sweet ass time trying to back in the spot rather than just park like a normal person this one time. Angry emoji. Busy grocery store line with 5 or 6 carts waiting behind you. Cashier is frazzled trying to get everything moved through. I think I'll chat with the cashier with some insane bullshit conversation. After all, it's about me in this world. I could go on and on. Realize your fucking surroundings, people. There's a time and a place to do everything. Different situations require different actions. Going to a restaurant at 6:30 PM sounds great. Have a good time. Going to a restaurant 15 minutes before close? You're a fucking asshole. Situational awareness. Oh my god, this. My former housemate was like this. He would wash dishes and then just leave water everywhere on the counter without cleaning up. Like it didn't bother him at all. Absolute piss take. Glad he moved out. My husband does the dishes often and I appreciate it so much, but he would fail to pull the plug from the sink. Hours later, there would be a sink full of cold, dirty dishwasher, picture greasy orange tinted spaghetti water with a few random noodles floating around it. Stop doing that. I don't want to put my hand in it. I try to look for people with the awareness and appreciate the camaraderie until someone cuts me off their cart to get a freshly baked chicken at Costco. People being mean to service workers, especially if the workers are very young. You know what? I agree with that. I was 16 working my first job when a lady told me I am uneducated. Bitch, I'm 16. Of course I'm uneducated. I haven't even finished high school yet. I wish you could say that straight to their face, but you have to go with a friendly customer service BS. I had a lady cuss me out whilst I was working because we only had 3 people and she was pissed off about an 8-piece nuggets. Yeah, especially if they act haughty towards them and they're like, better fuck off. Yeah, that's something I hate a lot. Like, there's no need for that shit in any establishment. I think there should be a new law where if you see someone being mean to a service workers, you're allowed to punch the asshole. My upstairs neighbours. I had terrible neighbours at my previous apartment. It was a 1-person studio for students, but her boyfriend was clearly living with her illegally and he was loud. One night we knocked on the door at 3 AM because of the loud music and an unknown girl opened the door. I just thought they were having a little party, but the next door I saw the girl living there come home with a suitcase after having been away for the weekend. Her boyfriend was cheating on her in her own apartment. Yeah, well, where else are you gonna do it? The street? Her place? A hotel room? Your own place? Not in a place where you're not supposed to be living in. Getting stuck behind people playing the lottery at a corner store. I used to work at a gas station and let me tell you, the employees hate them as much as everyone else. It's also depressing because it seems to be primarily retirees blowing all their social security. I do take solace in hearing that the cashier's feelings are mutual. Watching someone spend $40 to win back $15 whilst also wasting everyone else in the store's time. This is the type of shit that makes you say God is dead out loud. These sorts of people will say they have a great life and say they're not addicted to anything. Getting stuck behind a school bus. Meetings that could and should have been an email. My wife purchased me a coffee cup that says on the side, I survived another meeting that should have been an email. This all day. People who sit directly next to me at the airport, movie theatre, and any other place where you can choose a seat when there is plenty of other seating. I'm going to double this up with the people who park next to you when you're in a completely or mostly empty parking lot. I can't yes this enough, and it's the ones who can't park for shit. So they park so close you can't open doors on one side of the car, or the ones who park directly behind when you pulled through so the door won't open to load groceries. People parking is just a whole other can of worms to open up. Or when you're the only one in the bathroom and a motherfucker decides to come up and piss in the urinal right next to me. Absolutely irritating and unnecessary. Thankfully, as a female, I've never had to feel this, but I've heard a lot of males say how annoying it truly is. Buses have to be the worst. People who are unnecessarily rude. Like, why? They'll say, I'm not rude, I'm just brutally honest. I don't buy that crap. You're an asshole, look in the mirror and get over yourself. You're just sensitive. These same people sure are sensitive about someone telling them they're rude though. I think a lot of people can relate to this one. Stop being such a sensitive little bitch. People who never accept fault when they mess something up. Like, why blame a million people when it was clearly you who did it? I personally blame Belgium, I personally blame Belgium. I personally blame Belgium whenever I fuck up. It just feels right. I blame donuts, and then I bite them. Chew them, swallow, revenge is sweet. In my head, I had to replace donuts with Belgians and it became 10 times funnier. Also 20 times more fucked up, but they're Belgians, come on. Bite their little toes off, nobody will notice. And I blame my war crimes on Boko Haram. Half this Reddit thread's just talking about Belgians. Stupid people. Best answer. Endless barking in the middle of the night. I love animals, but that shit I can't stand. Endless barking whenever. If I'm hearing the same dog bark for more than like 5 minutes, what the fuck is going on and why are you a bad pet owner? People walking too slow in front of me with no way to get around them. It's even worse if it's a couple or a group taking up the whole sidewalk. Have some spatial awareness for the love of God. Or when they just suddenly stop in front of you. There's a solution to this. Just take a deep breath and start making some inane, just loud enough throat gurgling noise. They will look up at you and they just start walking forward. They will move. Or just yell, seriously, excuse me, I've got a shit from yesterday waiting to crawl its way out and it ain't waiting. And then release a raunchy, veneer melting ass blast. Veneer melting ass blast. I'm going to use that from now on. I think this last Reddit post is for a special group of people out there. People who bother you for fun. Yeah, especially the people whose only comeback or remark is, who asked, or did I ask? Did I say I give a fuck, etc, etc. Like, bro, it's actually so annoying and honestly, it's just such a stupid comeback. Couldn't agree more. Thank you very much for making it to the end of a DeeKay YouTube video. If you are all interested in this Reddit channel, then please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. I'll be uploading once a week, so make sure you turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload from me. But as a final takeaway for this video, watch Arcane on Netflix.